Exactly 3 years ago, a woman stood for the nation, but most especially stood for Abia State. This woman defied all odds and insisted that the right thing must be done. And today, because of that courageous stance of that woman, because of that bold stand, that patriotic stand, there is a state today in Nigeria that has had almost 3 years of great governance, 3 years of good governance. You're wondering, what woman am I talking about? Or which woman am I talking about? I'm talking about none other than Professor Nnenna Oti. Oh, Lord, have mercy. She is the hero. I repeat, she's the hero of the 2023 election. She stood for democracy. She stood for the people of Nigeria. She told us and she showed us what it is to be bold, to be patriotic, to be courageous. She insisted that the right thing would be done. There was nothing that was not brought her way to get her to sway and change results. But she indeed protected the mandate of the people and put up and let the world see what that mandate is. And because of Professor Nnenna Oti, Abia State today raised their head high, while the rest of the country grapple with bad governors all over the place. They have finally seen what good governance can look like. And they are not the only ones. Even the rest of us in other places in Nigeria can see what good governance can look like. Today, I say a big thank you to Professor Nnenna Oti. You saved lives. You saved hopes. You saved aspiration. You gave people a reason to believe that indeed democracy can give the dividends of democracy. Many people might not understand. For that child who was taken to that hospital that was fixed by the Abia State governor. For those people who traveled on the road and didn't have to think about potholes or accident, you saved lives. Good governance can do that. Imagine if every one of us can be like Professor Nnenna Oti. Let me just say here once again, thank you, ma. Thank you for standing for Nigeria. Thank you for battling for the soul of Nigeria. Hello, everyone. Don't mind my voice. I don't know why I decided to hook at that time. But anyway, you just watched that video, and I must say to you, for sure, is the fact that Professor Nnenna Oti is an amazing woman, a very courageous and patriotic Nigerian. And I'm really glad that Nigerians, gave her flowers, took time out to celebrate her, which is usually sometimes things that we don't do. Yesterday, 22nd of March, 2026, made it exactly 3 years ago that she stood for Abia State and stood for Nigeria and stood for democracy by insisting that the mandate of the people, she protected the mandate of the people in spite of all the things that were done for her not to do so. And today, the people of Abia are actually enjoying extreme good governance compared to what they've had all these years. It's amazing seeing what 3 years can do compared to destruction of 20 something years. And this is what democracy, this is the dividends of democracy that it's supposed to give. And hopefully from now on, what Alex Oti has done becomes the minimum standard in not just Abia State, but across Nigeria, where people are saying, if you can't do more than what Alex Oti have done, then there's no need of you being there. Anybody that's coming in must take it, a notch higher. And this is how we continue. We begin to get that good governance that we all are yearning for. Yesterday, there was a Twitter space. There was also a tribute, a video that was done in tribute of her. I'll try and get that video. If it doesn't have any copyright issue, I'll put it on board, where you see different people, where they put together different Nigerians just thanking her, messaging, just giving that good. We say thank you. And I hope she gets to see all of these videos. She takes her time to really know that people appreciate her from the bottom of their heart. People who have never seen her people who are not from Abia State, people who probably have never been to Abia State, but just because of what she has done, the great things that she has done, it has really touched a lot of Nigerians across Nigeria and also across the globe. And having people celebrate her was just such an amazing thing. For me, I'm really so glad about that. I've said it, I've spoken about her several times on this my YouTube channel. I've celebrated her, I've thanked her. I mean, she is the hero of the 2023 election, and she stood, she was courageous, she was firm in ensuring the right thing is done. And this is also a challenge to every one of us, where people feel that, oh, why are you here? Like for people, we say, oh, why are you joining ADC? ADC is full of these the people that have been the ones you've been against. Yes, I'm there to ensure that in the little space that I am in, the right thing, has to be done. In that space, we must ensure that we're getting the right thing done, and it's not someone coming out from anywhere to change things and just do whatever it is that they want. And that's what, for me, I always tell people, the mentality that Nigerians should have. Where are you at? Is the right thing being done? Are you ensuring that because you are there, nobody dare to do anyhowness? Instead of saying, oh, you shouldn't be part of it, you should be the clean one. I always say that if your white is unstained just because you did not get on the mud, do you really have this thing to say your white is unstained? Your white is unstained. The bragging right to say your white is unstained is when you actually go through the mud and you come out unstained. That's when you're able to say that your white is unstained, and not just by staying away. The staying away is the easy part. You maintain this thing. Oh, this person. Oh, Aisha Yusufu will never join. Aisha Yusufu is. I'm not that person. I'm the person that will join, work, and as much as possible, work hard to ensure that everything remains as it should be. So this is also a challenge to every one of us to begin to do the right thing that we need to do. And I'm really so glad that Nigerians really came out to celebrate her, to talk about her, to thank her for the role that she has played. And one of the things where people don't see it a lot is that good governance affects a lot of things. You're looking at it from the point of hospitals that Alex Oti has refurbished, has built, has done again, and provided, medical, ensure that medical care is accessible to the people. There are certain lives that have been saved just because of that action. Roads that were bad, that had potholes, that could probably have led to accident. There are certain accidents that did not happen just because that road had been fixed. Most time we blame village people, uncles and aunties, especially those from the paternal side. We blame enemies, we blame principalities and powers, we blame uncles in the village, we blame, witches and wizards. When it is all about bad governance, it is bad governance that are causing this thing, that are making, life difficult for people, or people that are making people to die. Because if a road that is supposed to be built is not built, there's pothole, there's accident, and people die, is that corruption that killed that person? Here, Abia State now, some place, I think, I don't know whether it's all the state or some places, they are enjoying 24/7 electricity. So that will mean more businesses. There are people who are going to put their businesses there just because they know that they will not have to deal with issue of electricity again. These are dividends of democracy that will go on to affect people positively. And when people are able to earn more from their businesses, they have enabling environments for their businesses to thrive. Guess what is going to happen? They are able to pay more taxes. And when they pay more taxes, the government will be able to have more for them to use to give people good governance, infrastructure, and all of that, and a good source of living and a good life. So thank you so much, Professor Nnenna Oti. You've done amazingly well. You've shown Nigerians that yes, indeed, it can be done even in the midst of corruption. Thank you so much.